What's up, Giants fans? One Giant Rebuttal here, back with another video. And we'll be rebuttaling Mike Too Nice, and welcome to the courtroom. I'll be leaving a link to his video in the description. Please like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So I won't be splicing clips in this one, or even need to play the video for Mike to get his point across. That's why I'm leaving a link in the description to the video. But he essentially blames, in the video, the struggles of the Giants largely on Eli Manning. And he compares directly the 2011 season to the 2018 season. And all the excuses that, Eli defenders use, offensive line, defense, he attempts to debunk. But yet, I think he actually proves my point for me. And be like, Jeff, well, how's that possible? He's got us trapped. Look at worse offensive line, worse defense. Eli Manning played phenomenal. He essentially carried the team. Easy. Because if Mike was right, and that season wasn't an anomaly, you would have seen continued success, right? If Mike was right, an elite quarterback, and Eli Manning is such an elite quarterback at that time, we would have seen continued success. But why didn't we? You didn't have a good offensive line. You didn't have a good defensive line. You weren't able to get a pass rush. You couldn't stop the run. You couldn't run the football. So you tell me, statistic anomaly? Or you don't have cohesiveness in the most major position units, offensive and defensive line. Guys, you don't have to go very far back into history and look. Top 15 offense, top 15 defense generally means you're going to be a playoff team. And yes, you'll have your statistical anomalies, and people may rise to the top or whatnot, like the Giants did in 2016. But largely, you need a combination of a quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over, offensive and defensive line, with decent weapons outside, and you'll make the playoffs. I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion. Injuries play a large part of it, but the Giants season was a statistical anomaly. They gave up more points than they scored, 394 to 400. It's not a winning formula. But what ties in all those things into one umbrella? Jerry Reese. And I've said it. I'll say it again and again and again until some of these guys that want to sit there and blame Eli Manning see what I see. 8 years of bad drafts. You're only keeping 8 players out of those drafts. Yeah, if you want to say, oh, well, Dave Gettleman got rid of 3 or 4. They weren't good players to begin with. They weren't supposed to be drafted in the position they were drafted at. Jerry Reese would either reach or not have any sort of continuity. He was drafting for need over drafting the best player available. And if the quarterback position is so important and the best quarterback leads you to the Super Bowl time and time and time again. Now, obviously, Tom Brady's an outlier. Why don't we see Aaron Rodgers there every year? I mean, he's unanimously considered to be the best quarterback in football. Why isn't there always a top 5 quarterback in the Super Bowl? But what can you see? Throughout all these Super Bowls, throughout all these years, offensive and defensive line play rule. They always will. It will never change. So, what was his argument? He was proving that there was a statistical anomaly and that he's comparing an elite quarterback to a 38-year-old quarterback now. And yes, of course, you're going to have some sort of drop-off. Brett Favre wasn't the same player he was at 38. Joe Montana wasn't the same player he was at 38. Tom Brady's an outlier. We all know this. Aging QBs don't last very long when you're getting into your upper 30s and 40s. Father Time's undefeated for a reason. This has been One Giant Rebuttal. Please like and subscribe, and go Big Blue!